wake up and let the weirdness begin. It's the KVJ show to start your morning. Kevin is the host, and his skin pigment is whiter than Casper the Ghost. Virginia sounds like this. Nickname Vicious Bee, so don't get her pissed. It's Jason talks like a spaz, and he loves to talk about Bigfoot and stats. So get ready, here we go. You're listening to 97.9 with the KVJ show.
Well, hello. Welcome to Monday. It is the KVJ show. How the heck are you today?
Hello, everybody.
I just walked in here and you said that Jaybird is not going to be joining us here today, huh?
Yeah, he's not feeling so hot this morning.
Uh-oh.
And so I don't know if it's just, getting run down or if it's the COVID. But in this day and age, if you don't feel good, don't go to work. Get a test.
Yeah.
Make sure that you're not at work spreading around whatever you got to other people.
What were his symptoms?
He's been experiencing fatigue for a couple of days. He's been feeling run down. Mm-hmm. He didn't look so hot when I saw him over the weekend a little bit. And he's been trying to eat healthier, so I thought maybe it was that, his body in shock from eating healthier.
It's a weird thing with him. Yeah, he eats healthy and it does his body bad.
His body does not want him to drink water. His body rejects it.
Wow.
Yeah.
Okay.
So he's going to go get a COVID test first thing first this morning, just to make sure.
Okay. Well, can we maybe have some of his fans congregate outside of the radio station? We could drive him by in the back of a car and he could wave to him or something like that?
Totally.
Okay. All right. So we could do that maybe a little bit later. We'll drive him by for all his fans so you can see him in the back of a car. So, all right.
It would probably be just us waving.
Well,
hey,
that's
Jaybird, get
all
better.
right. We'll go down front and he can drive by and we'll wave to him.
It's a little early to assemble a crowd.
I hear you. Yeah, you're right. I'm just trying to figure out how you do it these days. I can't figure a lot of things out.
That would make him feel better.
Yeah, there you go. All right, well, here we go. We'll soldier on. Everybody else is here. Got Suits, got Denny's in there. So we got 4 out of 5 here on the KVJ show. And KVJ TV is up and cranking right now. You can go and check it out on YouTube.
It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. It's the KVJ Dirt of the Day. Virginia, take it away, because you know we need that Dirt of the Day.
Well, it looks like we've got a sad story with Rick Moranis. Did you see this? The 67-year-old actor was randomly attacked by a stranger. Watch the video. It happened in broad daylight. He was just walking down the street in New York City, and surveillance video shows this guy walking up to him and punching him in the head just for no reason. He went to the hospital with pains in his head and his neck and his back and his hip, and later went to the police precinct to report the crime. Police are continuing to look for the suspect and saying everybody should be on the lookout for this guy. He's just walking around punching random people.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's not a good look for New York.
No, come on. What are we doing? Forbes has released one of its annual lists of the highest earning actresses in the game. Kevin, you want to take a guess of any of the top girly girls?
Top girls, I'm going to say Sofia Vergara.
You would be correct.
Wow, okay.
She's at number 1. Angelina Jolie is at number 2. At number 3 is Gal Gadot, for her from Wonder Woman.
Yep.
And then Melissa McCarthy rounds out the top 4.
I don't think, honestly, if I randomly were trying to guess, I don't know that I would have gotten many of those. I'm surprised by a lot of those figures.
Yeah, I mean,
Angelina Jolie
Angelina
surprises me. Melissa McCarthy surprises me.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe they have side stuff going on.
I guess.
In other news, it looks like Saturday Night Live did indeed open their 46th season. Alec Baldwin returned and played President Trump, and Jim Carrey made his feature debut as Joe Biden. And he put some electricity in his Joe Biden.
Yeah, he had a little too much energy. You're like going, okay, yeah, he was electric.
He looked like him.
He did, yeah.
But yeah, the energy level was way more.
He was like, huzzah, huzzah. And you're like going, okay.
I think Jim couldn't help himself. Jim Carrey is
He's
just
too much energy.
You can't put that in a bag.
So yeah, they'd have to trank dart him or something like that before they put him out on stage. Here's a little bit from SNL.
Joe here is very mean. Chris Wallace is mean. The economy is mean. He keeps losing jobs, which is mean to me. And the China virus has been very mean to me and being a hoax. And that statement is something that it'll probably come back to haunt me later this week.
Mr. Vice President, your turn.
Here's the deal. Can I respond to that, Chris?
Will you just shut up, man?
Okay, there you go.
It's just ridiculous.
It is, yeah. That's pretty much sign of the times. It's pretty ridiculous.
The show was hosted by Chris Rock and featured a live audience that included about 24 masked first responders.
Okay.
So there you go. Mm-hmm. And that's what's going on in your dirt of the day.
The KVJ Workday Grocery Giveaway is on.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us when you listen at work throughout the workday at WRMF.com. And listen for KVJ to call your name at 9 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. Then call us back in 10 minutes and claim your $200 in free groceries. Putting food on your table, South Florida.
Thank you.
Powered by Scott Smith Injury Law. Playing the best variety from the 2000s, 10s, and today for your workday. 97.9 WRMF.
What are you thinking about? What are you thinking about? What's on your mind? Are you thinking about? What are you thinking about?
Well, Jaybird wasn't feeling quite well enough to be in here today. He's going to go take one of them COVID tests just to make sure he's good, because you never know. That's the whole thing. You feel just a little bit off. You got to go see if you got the COVID.
You got to go see, because you don't want to be the guy that spreads it around work. That's not good.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it is tough. And it does spread, Virginia.
Oh, boy, it does.
It does spread.
Ask everybody in the White House.
Yeah. Oh, my goodness. Yeah, it just went gangbusters,
It
huh?
did.
Yeah.
It's like, yay.
Yeah, a lot of people on that. So I don't know what's on Bird's mind, but I know he had a very busy weekend.
He did. He got himself a new vehicle.
Yeah, I saw the video that was on the KVJ Show Facebook page where you had him at off-lease only, and he's out there looked like he got himself a new Jeep.
Yeah, he couldn't decide. In the beginning, he was thinking about a truck, and then he was thinking about a Jeep. And I think because the one that he got was very affordable, he's thinking about getting a house.
Wow.
And so he didn't want to spend a bunch of money on a car. He went and just got a basic Jeep, a smaller Jeep, not like the big one that you got.
Yeah, there's different kinds. Like
Yes.
I had like the Wrangler, which is more what you would see like a beach kind of Jeep. He got more of the SUV kind of.
It's called a Latitude.
Okay.
So it's a smaller, more affordable Jeep.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Yeah. It fits him. It's perfect.
This guy's really turning a corner. A new car, a new house, a new diet. I mean, my goodness. A new bird.
That's actually what's on my mind. I wanted to tell you this funny story that you missed from Friday. So Jason's been trying to eat healthier.
Right.
And when we were leaving the show on Friday, he was like, I'm trying to eat healthy. I don't want to go to the snack machine, but I'm starving.
Yeah.
And I just so happened to have this apple. Now, I'm an apple connoisseur. It's a Macintosh apple. If you know anything about apples, the Macintosh apple is divine.
High grade.
It's smaller. It's a high grade apple. It's kind of sweet and tart, but it's beautiful and red on the outside. It's really, and you touch it and you're like, it feels like it's going to be so juicy.
Okay.
So I handed it to him and he's admiring the apple. He's like,
Yeah.
oh, this is great. So we're leaving the building and I'm going to drive him home. And he's holding the apple and he starts to do that thing where he's checking his pockets, checking his bag frantically. And I'm like, he can't find his keys. His house keys. You can't bring somebody home who doesn't have their house keys.
Well, that's tough, yeah.
You're not bringing them home, you're just bringing them to their yard.
Right.
So he's like, I got to go run upstairs and get my keys and see if I left them upstairs. I'm like, just go, run upstairs, grab your keys. And so he goes running up, he finds his keys, he comes running back down, and he's all excited. And as he's going to pick up his stuff, he drops the apple.
Oh, okay.
And he had been so excited about eating the apple. And so the apple rolls into the middle of the street. And then 3 seconds later, a car comes and smashes the apple, rolls right over it, smashes the apple to smithereens. And he's just standing there. Kevin,
You can't script his
you
life.
cannot script
No,
it.
it's
I
unbelievable.
wish I would have been rolling with the camera because it was so beautiful the way it played out. He's trying to eat healthy, but damn
Right.
it.
It's almost like the universe is doing everything it can to say, no, we don't. You are the one person on planet Earth we don't want to eat healthy.
We're going to make sure
Yeah.
you can't eat that apple.
Right. I mean, I get it. Why he just throws his hands up and says, you know what? It's just not working out.
It was probably the funniest thing I've seen all year. His face.
His one attempt to try to eat healthy.
Yeah, so that's what's on my mind.
And that's what the universe does to him. Okay. What I got on my mind today is some really great stuff for the most part. The news is mainly positive for Miami sports teams. Last night is as great as you could get. The Miami Heat, boy, I was just like, I don't know. I thought they were looking at a sweep. They're down 2-0 to LA Lakers, and they just look like they are outmanned. It just is like, okay, they just don't have enough. They're not in the same league as the Lakers. You know, they got LeBron over there at the Lakers, and, not only that, but, they've just got Anthony Davis, who's just been unstoppable. Last night, it was just one of those great stories. Jimmy Butler it refused to lose, and he put himself into the stratosphere of all-time greats in the NBA Finals. The Heat get a win last night, 115-104, and Jimmy Butler for the Miami Heat, he had his first career playoff triple-double, 40 points, 13 assists, 11 rebounds. He had just basically said, we're not going to lose. I can guarantee that. And just what he did was like he put a cape on, he went out there, and he won. He is only the third player to record a 40-point triple-double in the NBA Finals. He joins LeBron James, who did it, and then Jerry West, who is the logo of the NBA. So he joined some greats. So what he did last night was a legendary performance in basketball. He scored or assisted on 73 of the Heat's 115 points.
Wow.
So he's just like a one-man, show out there. So it just really was impressive to see what he did. He became the first player to close a finals game with more points, more assists, and more rebounds than LeBron James. And LeBron last night still had a good game, 25 points, 10 rebounds, and 8 assists. What they did was Anthony Davis, they got him into foul trouble, and then he just was like a kitten out there. 15 points for him, which is half the point total he normally kicks out. So not going to be a sweep of the Miami Heat. They're still down 2-1. And they've got Game 4 is tomorrow night, 9 o'clock on TV. You can see that. But it was kind of interesting because something was going on last night where Jimmy Butler, at one point, you could read his lips. He's like going, they're in trouble. They're in trouble. And he was saying that. And they're like going, okay, what's this all about? But he was basically saying that LeBron had said it to him first at the end of the first quarter of the game last night.
He said, they're in trouble. Let's see if we can try and confirm that story as Jimmy Butler joins us live here at courtside. Mr. Butler, what say you?
I did say that, but he said it to me at the end of the first quarter. That's the only reason why I said it.
So LeBron said to you at the end of the first quarter.
That he was in trouble.
Right.
So I just returned the favor.
Okay, there you go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, give it back.
Yeah, I mean, Jimmy Butler did that. He stood up to these two guys and he said, all right, yeah, you guys may be the best in the NBA, but, I'm going to come out here and show you I belong.
I love it.
Yeah, and he and the Heat did. So it was a nice little team effort last night. Jimmy Butler was, the big story, but also Kelly Olynyk and Tyler Hero both had 17 points apiece for the Heat. So just awesome to see them. It's 2-1 now in the NBA Finals, and you've got another chance. Who knows? The Heat are definitely not out of it. And the other shout-out I want to give to was the Marlins. They knocked the Cubs out of the playoffs. Can you believe this? The Marlins are winning playoff series in baseball. What the heck is it? 2020, man, right?
Yeah.
Just the weirdest stuff is going on. They got to face the Braves, which, kind of bully them around in the division. They start that tomorrow in Houston. So I know it's kind of weird. They're playing in different spots and all that because of, COVID and all that stuff. So
because there's no COVID in Houston.
Yeah, well, I think they're trying to stay in warm weather. I don't understand what they're doing, to be honest with you. I guess they're trying to stay in warm weather locations because it get cold. I don't even know. I can't even tell you. The only unfortunate news for Miami sports franchise is the Dolphins continue to struggle. They dropped to 1-3 with a 31-23 loss yesterday to Seattle. Yeah. So there you go. But I saw your Saints won.
Saints won.
Bills won,
Bills
right?
won, so it was
Boy,
a good
they're
day.
Those Bills. I know your husband is pumped.
He is super pumped, and he's
Yeah.
talking about the Super Bowl, and I'm like,
Oh,
slow
boy.
down.
Oh, boy.
Slow down. Let's get it game by game. He's like, could you imagine if the Bills went to the Super Bowl? I'm like, easy, big guy.
Well, the governor said that because it's in Tampa, that they are going to have a full cranked out crowd in February. So if Panda got tickets to the Super Bowl, I know he's very cautious on the coronavirus. Would his love for the Bills, and if a ticket fell in his lap, would he brave the virus if it were about the status of where it is now to go see his Bills in a Super Bowl?
What a great question. Let's wake him up.
Yeah. It'd be interesting to see.
Yeah, he would actually be so torn.
Yeah.
Because he's so afraid of the corona, but yet he so loves the Bills.
I know,
mean,
right.
What would win?
Yeah, that's going to start happening for some people where, there's going to be something that's going to be out there in a venue that they might be scared of, but what is the risk reward?
I love you posing that to him.
Okay, I'd like to know. They did have about 6,000 plus in the stands yesterday at that same stadium for Tom Brady. He led a great comeback, and so, he's doing very well now after losing his first game.
Oh, Tampa won again.
Yeah. So Tom Brady just, looked amazing. He really is so handsome.
He really is.
I just saw him.
It's not fair.
I'm like, this guy is advancing age, and he just still looks like he's 26, and he's gorgeous.
Dax Shepard interviewed him a few weeks ago on his podcast before the one where he admitted he'd been drinking and not drinking, but doing drugs.
Yeah.
I listened to that over the weekend because you broke the news to me. I was like, what?
Yeah, he's been, many years, like 16, 18, something like that, or whatever it was.
16.
Yeah, 16, and then, he kind of fell off the wagon a little bit
But
there.
it wasn't drinking and it
Right.
wasn't blow.
It's pills.
Like, it was pills.
Yeah.
Crazy story.
Yeah, but it just goes to show you his stories, and it's good for him to tell it because you can understand as an addict. And it was very interesting to say that the only thing he and his dad had in common was their addiction, and they both were sitting there. His dad is, about to pass, and the only thing they have in common is they're both whacked out of their minds,
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But you got to go back and listen to the Dax interview with Tom Brady. That was very interesting.
Oh, yeah?
It actually made me like Tom Brady a little more because I didn't love him, but it kind of softened
Kind
me
of a
a little.
likable guy, huh?
He came off, I don't know if he's acting or what. He came off very likable in the interview.
He's gorgeous. He's likable.
And I like the behind the scenes of, what is the machine of Tom Brady really like? And so he gives you a good peek.
Yeah, he's had some I'm fascinated by
Me
Tom
too.
Brady.
And because he is so good. And,
Yeah.
and he's so old now for the NFL.
For the NFL, yeah.
To still be operating at that high level. He does give a behind the scenes of what he does.
He did. He's a high-functioning dude. Yesterday, 369 yards, 5 touchdowns he had. So.
I mean, you cannot say the
Yeah.
man should retire.
Yeah, no, it was pretty impressive showing for him, and a comeback win. They're down by like 17 at one point. Coming up here in just a couple of minutes, what would you rather have, a blatant insult or a backhanded compliment?
Well, they both sound terrible.
They're not. Neither one is a good option, but if you had to choose, which one would you rather have? We'll discuss next.
Check out KVJ TV on YouTube or just log on to kvjshow.com to watch the show now. Powered by Cleveland Clinic, where every life deserves world-class care. Now, back to the KVJ Show on 97.9 WRMF.
Well, neither option is good here. But what would you rather deal with, a blatant insult or a backhanded compliment? Now, I think who it's coming from is important as well. But we got this email that said, would you rather get blatantly insulted from someone you don't know or a backhanded compliment by someone you do? That's what qualifies it. Because you think about social media and you could get a blatant insult from somebody you don't know who it is. You're going, who cares? But then somebody that you do know and respect and you love, they try to say something nice to you, but it's Not really that flattering. Here's the example in the email. It said, I wear black most days. Then it makes me feel comfortable. But the other day, I wore a bright blue t-shirt, and everybody commented about how good I looked and how I should wear color more often. And one of my best friends even said, you look so beautiful. Us big girls need to love ourselves more.
Oh, no.
Wait, us big girls? Wait, okay, so I put on a little bit of weight during the pandemic, but I didn't know I was part of the big girls club until now.
That's a shocker.
So here she is trying to say, you look so good. Like, this is a great color for us big girls. They're like, wait, what?
Wait, I'm in the big girl club?
Yeah. So
what happened?
Think about what would put you more into a state of depression, Virginia, if you got a really hurtful comment on social media, somebody maybe insulting your looks even, or whatever is your soft spot. Or somebody trying to compliment you and pick you up, but in a way it comes off like, wait, what?
Now that you put it that way, I think I would rather get the hurtful insult from a stranger because you don't know them. They don't know you. They could be a troll. You could totally write it off as, well, they're just trying to hurt my feelings and it's not based in truth.
I completely agree.
The person who's your friend,
yes,
who's giving you a backhanded compliment, they're actually like on the inside with you. You should trust what they have to say. And if they think you're in the big girls club, your ass probably in the big girl club.
It's tough. I've had that, and just even in the last week, there's somebody, and they may really care about you. Have you ever had that kind of person that you know they care about you, but they're not very good at complimenting you? And here they go trying to, and you're almost like, just please stop. Because
let's talk about the weather.
Somewhere in here, you're going to say something very insulting and you're not going to mean it. But it's going to be something I'm going to carry with me and you're going to feel bad about. So you're right. It's like, just don't do this. Yeah, I completely agree. I thought the exact same thing about Mike. It's an interesting point. So, got another shot at some groceries today. The KVJ Workday Grocery Giveaway gives you $200 worth of free groceries back again this week. It's an easy setup, too. You just go to WRMF.com. You put in your name to register. It takes you less than a minute. Then you listen up at 9 a.m., 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. today. Just got to call back within 10 minutes to get your $200 in free groceries. Brought to you by Scott Smith Injury Law.
That's the easiest $200 you're going to make today.
Yeah. No, it is real simple. $200, and it seems like when we go for it, that's usually what our bill hits like every single time.
Me too. If I do it right, $200 is right around. I can do less and I can do more, but 200 is right around the middle.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so that'll get you the nice little hookup. And I know we did Power Pizza on Friday. First run on that.
We did. We went to go see Victoria in West Palm Beach, and she was all excited. We started the Facebook Live sitting in the car, and so when we walked up to her front porch, she was watching the Facebook Live on her front porch of her pizza arriving.
That's cool. How nice is that?
Yeah, Das hooked her up with like 3 pizzas.
What kind did they get?
She got a barbecue, she got a meat lovers, and then she got a regular.
Oh, okay. That's good.
Yeah, it's a variety.
Smart. You always want that staple pizza that in case, you got to run back to the tried and true.
Das knows what they're doing.
Yeah, they do great, nice little craft pizzas.
They really do.
Yeah, and they've got a very good craft beer selection too, and I love my craft beers, and I was just in heaven. They've got all different styles, 70 plus beer choices. It's right there on Singer Island Beach at Ocean Walk, and if you download the free 97.9 WRMF app or go to WRMF.com, listen for 1 hour today, you get 1 free entry.
It's like a credit you get to your account.
Yeah.
And then the more you listen, the more credits, the more chances of pizza.
Yep, doing it again the first Friday in November.
Sweet.
Yeah, and then first Friday again, that's going to be going on coming up in December.
Every month.
Yep, you can check that out. Well, Jaybird was sent me an email, said he's been binge watching that Love Island on CBS.
It's on. I mean, it's on like 3. It's on every night. I don't even know how many nights. It's a lot.
I think it's 5 nights a week.
I'm sorry, I don't have time for that.
Yeah, 5 nights a week, but I think the show's coming to an end. So anybody who's kind of getting locked in, I mean, that is quite a commitment, isn't it?
It's too much.
That's what I thought, too.
I can't.
I'm like, my goodness.
Anybody who watches that does not have kids.
No, exactly. So apparently this is going to be one of our last times doing Like Island. How many times they say the word like in just a short clip. This is a 30-second clip. I think we usually hit about half the mark on seconds, right?
15 would be a smart guess.
15 would be the over-under on this. And maybe I'll just do it that way. What do you think, Virginia? 15 would be the over-under. Do you think this clip is going to go over or under?
I think slightly under.
Slightly under. Okay. I'm going to go slightly over because I know Jaybird in these clips said he was gunning for 20.
He was.
Yeah.
He was trying to get the numbers up.
He's trying to get a solid number on here. Denny's, are you over or under? Okay, Denny's going to go under. And Suits, what do you got? He's going to go over. Okay, we got 2 over, 2 under here. All right, let's see. How many likes do we have? Let's try to count them out here.
I just want to talk to you, you know what I mean? Like, I definitely feel something here. Like, when you came on, I was like, damn, this is hot. Like, you know what I mean? I like the way you looked at.
Oh, wow. Do we got 5 there?
We got 5.
Is that 5?
She's doing them quick, though, Kevin.
Whew. Right now, she's ahead of course. She has 5 likes in 6 seconds.
Dang, girl.
That is amazing. Okay.
Looked at me, like, I was like...
Wow. That's another 2.
7.
We got 7 likes in 8 seconds.
Oh, you know what I mean? Like, definitely, yeah, it was like, it was there, you know what I mean? And like...
Wow, another 3.
We're at 10.
We're at 10 in 13 seconds.
This girl is a champion.
You know what? I think this is going to be our greatest clip of all time. Wow. 10 likes, 13 seconds.
Even when I, like, had to, like, put some lotion on you. Like...
Okay, that's 3.
That's 3 more.
3 more, and we're at 17 seconds.
Oh, my gosh.
What are we at, 16?
We are at 13.
13, okay. 13 and 17 seconds.
I mean, it was sexy. It was hot. I was like...
Is that just 1?
That's 14, yep.
Okay.
I feel like I'm coming in here to find a connection, like one single a connection. You don't have to worry about, you know, me saying like, peace out, you know, I'm not gonna like front anything.
Okay, was that another 3?
We are at 18.
18. Wow. 18 and 30 seconds. If you took the over, that was...
Wow.
Right on. That's impressive.
We underestimated this chick.
Mm-hmm. But apparently we got a big-time liker here on this show. Got this email from Leslie in the Pizzle. In fact, she hit up every platform we have. She wanted to make sure we got this message.
You got called out over the weekend.
Yeah, I
she
did.
was hitting us up on Instagram, email. She was texting in messages, calling you the biggest liker.
She said, I was listening to today's ATSP, and Kevin was talking about co-hosting. Kevin said, quite a number of likes, LOL. I listened to a previous podcast where you're listening to a Kesha interview, and Kevin had to take a shot of hot sauce every time that she said like. I think you should repeat that, but with Kevin listening to himself. Sorry, Kev, love you, but it's not the first time I've heard you go like crazy. When was that from? I'm trying to think. I don't know if we can try to grab that clip, see when it was that I was going like crazy on that. I've told you, though, that it is very contagious, and I'm very susceptible.
It is. It's a crutch. If you can't think of what to say next, you're like, I can just like lean on like.
I think you just knocked out as many likes as the girl did on Love Island.
But it's like it gives your time like brain like buffering like time.
It's so weird that if you get caught up in it, and if you've got teenagers and you're around them, and then you get around your adult friends, you don't even realize it, and you're like, they will say to you, "Why are you saying like so much?" Like I
can't help it.
I don't know. It is one of the most contagious words, I think, in the English language. And so, yeah, thank you very much, Leslie. We'll have to try to find that clip, and here in a little bit, we'll do a Like Island for Kev.
It's good. You need to be called out.
Oh, absolutely. No, we all do. So thanks for keeping us honest. If you got anything you ever want to share, you can hit us up with an email. mail@kvjshow.com, mail at kvjshow.com. People asking, where's the bird? Bird is out today. He came in, and he was not feeling well. He's just kind of like run down, and he came right in and laid on the floor, and people are like going, uh-oh, what's going on with him?
He's changed up his diet a little bit, so that could be it too. You know, he's a man of sugar and carbs.
Yeah.
And he cut all of that out. And he's actually been eating like vegetables and healthy stuff. And I don't think it's been agreeing with him all weekend. So
yeah.
His body, it's the weirdest thing, y'all. It really does hate water. It rejects anything but soda. And so he's been drinking water and eating vegetables. And it could be that. Or it could be the COVID. We don't know.
Yeah.
So we sent him home.
Well, the one thing about it is it is really tricky. I think diet is one of the trickiest things. And I'm one of these people that pretty much my entire adult life, I've been trying to do it right. And it's search and self-discovery. And it's not until recently where I feel like for my body, and I didn't want to go. I know you can go and spend a lot of money and do all this stuff, and I just never wanted to commit to it. So I tried different things, and I've tried all the diets. I've gone the vegan, I've gone all that kind of stuff. And the one that I landed on for me, and I think it's probably up to your body, keto works for me where I don't have the carbohydrates, the regular carbohydrates and sugars. Those are the two things I really try to watch and keep away from.
Whatever the opposite of keto is, that's the world that the bird lives in.
Had been living in.
Had been.
Right. And what it sounds like to me, and who knows? I mean, this is aside from if he finally caught the COVID, because he's one of the people here on the show that hasn't yet had it. And if it's not that, the only thing when you're talking about his diet that I was wondering is you do need something to burn for fuel in your body. Most people will burn carbohydrates. That's what our body typically uses for fuel. And so if he stopped with the sugars and with the carbohydrates and is pretty much just doing vegetables, he doesn't really have a lot for his body to burn. Like I know for me, my supplement for the keto, there's sometimes where I feel a little bit lacking on energy. I grab a handful or two of nuts because my body burns fat instead of burning the carbohydrates now for energy, but you still got to have that energy. And so it doesn't necessarily sound like he may have that fuel.
Yeah, on Friday I went to Whole Foods and I got him some different green juices to see if he could even tolerate it before we go and buy, squeeze.com.
Get a big order of Squeeze, yeah.
We went and got just a small amount of green juices, and this is just the weird world I'm living in on Friday. I hand him a green juice and he says thank you and drinks it. Like, I never thought that would happen.
I know. It's usually a punishment, save for the show.
He would never want a green juice or be appreciative for it, but
how did it go down?
He chugged it. He didn't like it at first, but he said the aftertaste wasn't bad.
So he just chugged it?
He chugged it.
Knocked the whole thing because he just didn't want to sit there and have to suffer through.
Yeah,
he just wants to try to get it in his body.
And I got him the one that is a green juice mixed with a fruit. I didn't just get him the straight up vegetable.
Yeah, you got him the training wheels.
I got him the training wheels, yes.
Right.
He can't do the straight up vegetable yet. He's not ready.
I mean, this is a lot, but he is a man of extremes. He goes all the way from one end to the other.
He might have punched me, though, if I gave him just like the kale, cucumber, spinach mix.
Yeah. Well, it is weird whenever you make a big adjustment to your body, even if it is for a healthier change.
Well, most people, they tell you to gradually step down, but he's a man of extremes.
Yeah, he goes all the way.
Balls to the wall, all or nothing Pennington.
So we don't know if this is a shakeout from his body, just trying to figure out, what the heck. His body's going to be like, what now? What is going on now?
What are you doing?
What are we doing now? What's going on today?
So stay tuned.
Yeah. So, wow, we might have another possible COVID case. He's going to go today to get tested?
He wanted to go today, but they don't have any appointments today. He's got to wait till tomorrow.
Okay, so he's not here tomorrow then either.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay, so he's out for a while. Okay. All right. Well, we'll see. It's this dang COVID.
I know. It gets in your head, man, because even if you just have the slightest tickle in your throat, that's where your mind goes first. Like, oh my gosh, the COVID got me. Yeah. And then it's like, okay, at that point, if you go around people, you're irresponsible.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to be the guy that passes it to the guy that passes it to grandma and kills her.
Yeah, there's people who have definitely got a lot of comments to make about you. And of course, the big story was President Trump, got the COVID. And he put out a couple videos from over the weekend, and he looked a lot better than I did on the COVID. I mean, of course, I
Well, he should.
Yeah.
Our president should get the best medicine out there.
Yeah.
Like, people were mad at him over the weekend for getting, all of these amazing cocktails and experimental stuff. But, I mean, doesn't the president usually get the best of everything?
You'd think he would, yeah.
I mean, even if you don't like him as a president, you don't want him to die, right?
Well, I think the thing was they were just, he's taking a lot of controversial treatments, of course.
Well, of course he is. They're going to try to give him the best we got because they want to save him. He always gets the best. Have you seen Air Force One? Have you seen the White House? Yeah. The guy, we take care of our presidents. It doesn't matter what party you're in. All of them get the white glove treatment.
The most controversial thing he did over the weekend was he took a little joyride outside of the hospital in his limousine, which is airtight. It's not that he'd be infecting the crowd, but there were a couple people that were in the vehicle with him, the Secret Service, and so they're like, well, this guy's COVID positive. What's their deal?
Yeah, are they all positive too?
I don't know. Yeah, if they're in there. And
I know, like one of the bodyguards, like his main bodyguard or whatever, that guy's positive.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, that was on TMZ.
Maybe it was just a COVID caravan. Everybody in that car had it.
Hey, if you're in a car and everybody's got COVID, cruise on.
Yeah, here's some of the news report from it.
I also think we're going to pay a little surprise to some of the great patriots that we have out on the street. And they've been out there for a long time, and they've got Trump flags, and they love our country. So I'm not telling anybody but you, but I'm about to make a little surprise visit. When I look at the enthusiasm, and we have enthusiasm like probably nobody's ever had. Our people that love the job we're doing, we have more enthusiasm than maybe anybody.
Okay, there you go. There's his adoring fans drinking it all in.
What's going on? It's just a crazy year, y'all. 2020.
It's probably a mix of people who love him and a mix of people cheering because they're glad he has COVID.
Yes. It's a very mixed bag. If you don't want to see fighting, don't go on Twitter.
Unbelievable, yeah. So there you go. That is the latest of what's going on with the coronavirus. And then your boy Cam Newton.
I saw that.
Quarterback for the Patriots delayed the game. Patriots and Chiefs now are going to play tonight. They were supposed to play yesterday. He's out.
Who is their backup quarterback? Because he's new.
Yeah, I think it's Stidham, I think, is who's probably going to be quarterback. That's typically their backup.
Who?
Jared Stidham. He's a younger quarterback from Auburn.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, I know.
The Patriots are going to be so mad at Tom Brady.
Yeah, he had a great day yesterday. He's been looking great. It kind of flipped.
Damn.
So Cam got the COVID, and so there's a lot of interesting stuff going on.
2020, Kevin.
Yeah, I know, right? All right. Got a couple people to celebrate with some birthdays here today. Got to say what up. Happy birthday to my son Andrew, turning 5 from Mom, Dad, and Sophia. Also, we got Joseph having a happy 18th birthday. Welcome to adulthood. From Mom, Dad, Nani, Justin, and our parrot, Nini.
Nini!
Also, happy belated birthday to my amazing husband, Steve. Thank you for all you do for our family. Love your wife, Brittany. A 60th birthday shout out to my daddy, a.k.a. the greatest dad of all time. I'll forever be your little girl. Love you so much. So blessed to have you as my father.
Aww.
Oh, and Virginia, may you please sing happy birthday to my dad in your French accent. His name is Kay. You would love that. There is a photo.
Aww.
Yeah.
What a great
photos there.
I love naked baby pictures.
Yeah, they've tactfully edited out the no
covered,
square.
yeah.
Yes, it is. So that's a fantastic photo.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear daddy. Happy birthday to you.
Oh, that is one of the best French accents. Oh, very nice, Virginia. Thank you.
French people are so mad.
Yes.
They're like punching their radio. Shut up.
Got a couple comments about Jaybird. We're trying to figure out, here we are trying to self-analyze what could be with him. Did the COVID creep up and snag him? Or is it something else because he's changed his diet up radically? And this is going to be interesting for the KVJ show moving forward. He always summons up Fat Kevin when I used to eat bad. Are we going to have to summon up Fat Bird from the days when he used to snack? I mean, is this going to be something that's going to be in his past?
Everybody cross your fingers because we hope it's just about his changing diet and not about COVID.
And does this seem like the snacks are going to be in the rearview mirror for him? Are we seeing the snack king, the value meal killer?
Well, we spent a lot of time together this weekend, and he's talking about making big changes and then having one cheat day. But big sweeping changes like Monday through Saturday.
Okay.
And then maybe giving himself one cheat day.
Well, the one thing that you said, because I do know for me, I'm always, working on energy and watching everything that I eat and sleep and all that kind of stuff. So I'm very tuned in with all those different little energy variables and what can change it. And it sounded like he was knocked out. And somebody brought up a good point. if he has basically dropped out the carbohydrates and he's not really having any fats and all that, he could kind of be going through what they call the keto flu.
Yes.
And there was something like that. And the second time I went into keto, it was weird. Like you felt a little bit, you kind of almost have like those aches, that weird little shaky feeling sometimes when you got like a little bit of flu or something going on.
He had that this weekend a little bit.
Yeah.
He did. It
I'm
totally
wondering
had that.
if that was it. 'Cause he doesn't have a cough, right?
Nope.
Did he have a fever?
I didn't touch him.
Okay. Do we know if he's taking his temperature?
I don't think he has.
Okay. He's just lacking of energy, which, a lot of people are having that. Did he have a headache? So I know I'm hearing a lot of people have headaches.
I think he had a headache. I think he was dizzy. He definitely got winded. We were walking the lot at off lease only. It's a big lot, but it's hot outside, and he had to sit down.
Okay.
Like he got dizzy and he got overheated, and he had to sit down.
Okay. Yeah, so who knows what it is.
Oh, I hope it's not COVID. Ugh.
Well, and Ballpark of the Palm Beaches, they don't do theirs today, and they're the ones that give you the rapid test.
Nobody was. So I went on there. I looked at Marlins Park. I looked at Hard Rock Stadium.
Yeah.
Nobody is taking appointments today for immediate rapid testing where you get your results back in 2 hours. They're all booking for tomorrow.
So if he went anywhere else, it's back in like 3 days. So,
Right.
Yeah. Okay, so he's doing that tomorrow then.
Yeah.
We'll see what it is. Yeah, on the health and diet tip, I saw something that was really kind of interesting. One of the reasons why I really tried to lean up is they were saying having belly fat could increase your risk of early death from any cause. They found that for every 4 inches of increased belly fat, the risk of death from any cause increased by 8% in women and 12% in men.
Yeah, it makes sense. I mean, think about it. You're putting a strain on your organs, and then all of your organs have to work harder.
Yeah.
So if any little funky thing gets in your organ, it could cause it to not work right and cause it to kill you.
So think about it in terms of every 4 inches. They say that increased risk for heart attack, stroke, Alzheimer's disease, breast cancer, and colorectal cancer. Yeah, so I was like, okay, I'm going to lean up. It's all good.
You're looking good. You look real slim.
Trying to do the lean, Virginia.
Do you have any belly left?
Yeah, I do. A little bit.
do?
Yeah, I
Okay.
got, just a little bit to kind of knock out. So I'd say give me another 2 months, and I should be right where I want to be.
You are slim.
Trying.
I went the other way, but I'm going to go back on the juice cleanse. For me,
Those are good.
that really does kickstart it. And then if you do it smart, you do a juice cleanse, and then when you come out of it, you do salads. You don't go back to fried chicken after your
Right.
juice cleanse.
Yeah.
And you can really get a little healthy habit rolling.
Absolutely. Diane in the KVJ TV chat room had a good idea to check, see if Jaybird does have the COVID or not, or if it's just maybe a keto flu or something like that because he's changed up his diet. Just throw him some little Debbie's, see if symptoms go away. Then we can rule that out.
I think it's counterproductive, though, what he's trying to do.
Yeah, but at least, he would know right away do I have the COVID or not, since he can't get a test today. He's going to be out until Wednesday now. Trying to figure it out. Yeah, I don't know if that would do it or not. So people are just saying, honestly, when you kind of change like that, it's what happens is he's dehydrated because you need to drink lots of water to replace the electrolytes from losing the carbohydrates, which he's staying away from now, which that probably's got to be the biggest killer for him, right? I mean, that would be the pizzas and the pastas and all that stuff. I mean, that's pretty much what he does is carbs.
We were talking candidly in the car, and he was like, I don't know if I go many days without having pizza. He just has pizza most days.
Yeah.
And when you do that and then you just immediately stop having pizza.
Yeah, your body's going to feel different.
Absolutely.
Anybody got do we have a running line here on, does Jaybird have the COVID or does he have just
oh my God,
something going on with his diet?
I'm praying it's diet. I'm leaning diet.
I'm thinking because I've been through it. I felt what he's feeling, and it is tough fact that he's run down, but yeah, I'm kind of leaning on diet. Well, the whole thing was Denny's had said that he went over to his place and laid down on the couch for about 30 minutes because he didn't feel well. So I mean, if he gets that keto,
he didn't feel well.
If he gets the COVID.
Friday, he didn't feel well. Saturday, he didn't feel well yesterday, and then he didn't feel well today.
Yeah.
But I mean, he did just change his complete diet Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. So
if he tests positive, that mean we all have to go back to our houses for 2 weeks?
I think
Is that
so.
how it works?
I
Oh,
think
jeez.
so.
I'm so ready for this pandemic
Oh
to
my
be
God.
over.
I'm just thinking, because, on Saturday, we're at Off Lease Only, and
Yeah.
Rocco is sitting in Jaybird's lap.
Yeah.
And now Rocco today is going to be hanging out with Grandma. So it's a ripple effect.
Yeah, it is.
If Jaybird's got COVID, then Rocco's got COVID. If Rocco's got COVID, then he's going to give it to Grandma. And then this is how it's like a horrible game of knock down the dominoes.
Yeah, I know. Okay, well, I guess we'll just have to wait and see.
Please do not be COVID. Please, Jesus, help us.
Well, we talked a lot about The Social Dilemma, which is a documentary that they have on Netflix, and it was very fascinating to me because it was a lot of the creators of the big social media platforms. They had them pretty much all. In fact, there's a crusader that is on there, a guy that was with Facebook, really kind of helped figure out how to do the psychological hacking and how to make it a platform that you just want to spend so much time on. And then they interviewed all these people, and a lot of them really kind of have some guilt now because even the person who created the like button said, that's not what we thought it was going to do. It's kind of turn people into some monsters. And they talked about the manipulation that can happen even with the world governments if people realize what a valuable tool it is. Well, you got to figure with this documentary on Netflix getting traction that Facebook's just not going to sit back and take it. So they finally put out a well-crafted response to The Social Dilemma. And here's a little bit of what Facebook has to say. Facebook says The Social Dilemma gives a distorted view of how social media platforms work to create a convenient scapegoat for what are difficult and complex societal problems. The film's creators do not include insights from those currently working at any of the companies or any experts that take a different view to the narrative put forward by the film. They also don't acknowledge, critically or otherwise, the efforts already taken by companies to address many of the issues that they raise. Instead, they rely on commentary from those who haven't been on the inside for many years. So that is Facebook's knock. Is saying, okay, yeah, you've got a bunch of disgruntled former employees that are saying all this stuff, but they're not privy to what we're doing now to address these issues.
They're not privy to how we've become more and more diabolical since they left.
Here's where Facebook says The Social Dilemma on Netflix has gotten a lot of the core points wrong. And the one that I was fascinated with was the addiction element, on how they've worked with pleasure centers in the brain to keep you stimulated into the app. And they've studied that. And that's been a big part of designing all these platforms, is using psychology and how we're wired in our brain to keep you on the platform. Facebook says, according to this on addiction, Facebook builds its products to create value, not to be addictive. Our newsfeed product teams are not incentivized to build features that increase time spent on our products. Instead, we want to make sure we offer value to people, not just drive usage. We collaborate with leading mental health experts, organizations, and academics, and we have our research teams devoted to understanding the impact that social media may have on people's well-being. We want people to control how they use our products, which is why we provide time management tools like an activity dashboard, a daily reminder, and ways to limit notifications. Do you feel when you get that notice how long or how much time you've spent on apps and things like that, that's a deterrent? Or do you feel like it's like, oh, cool, man?
No, it's always shameful. When you look at it and it tells you how long you've been on Facebook, then you're like, oh, I need to go do something productive and stop just stalking exes.
Now, I've been quoting this a lot from The Social Dilemma. We just used it on Friday, Virginia, where it's, if you are not paying for a product, you are the product. Yeah,
I thought about that so much since you said that to me, because, yeah, it's true.
That is one of the key lines that really hit me in the face from The Social Dilemma on Netflix. I was like, wow, okay, and that's what it is. Your time and attention is the commodity that they sell. Facebook addresses that exact point in the reply to The Social Dilemma on Netflix. They said, you are not the product.
Whatever.
Facebook says Facebook is funded by advertising so that it remains free for people. We don't sell your information to anyone. Even when businesses purchase ads on Facebook, they don't know who you are. We provide advertisers with reports about the kinds of people who are seeing their ads and how their ads are performing, but we don't share information that personally identifies you unless you give us permission. You can always see the interests assigned to you in your ad preference, and if you want, remove them.
You can sell me without sharing me.
Exactly. I feel like they completely sidestep that.
They think we're stupid.
They're still built to biohack you and to use your time and attention as a commodity to sell.
Of course.
Even if they don't have the name Kevin Ralston, they still don't necessarily care.
They know you're a 47-year-old white male who lives with his wife.
I'm a number to them.
3.2 kids and what, they know exactly what they're doing, and this statement is BS.
Yeah, so that was one where I was like,
Facebook thinks you're stupid. Just know that today, everybody.
They also had commentary about The Social Dilemma on Netflix about misinformation. They said that basically we fight fake news. We do all these kind of things to try to keep that from going on. They said that, we are not actually, the idea that we allow misinformation to fester on our platform or that we somehow benefit from this content is wrong, because in The Social Dilemma, they said that false news travels 6 times faster than the real stuff. And so Facebook and these social media platforms, they don't care if it's real or fake because you pay more attention to the fake stuff than the real stuff. Facebook's saying that's not true, and they're doing everything they can to get rid of fake news on their platform. They don't allow hate speech, all these kind of things. And they say about polarization is that they've taken steps to reduce content that could drive polarization. And they've not done anything. They admit they made mistakes in the election of 2016, but they are trying to build up defenses so that Facebook does not alter the outcome of this coming presidential election. So they fight back.
I believe that they've taken steps. Sure, they had to. But have they fixed it completely? No. Is there still going to be hate speech and fake news? Yes. Mm-hmm. You can't completely sanitize it. You just can't.
Yeah.
Not at this point. The beast is out of the cage.
So just to let you know, and they do bring up a good point, Facebook is saying The Social Dilemma on Netflix is a one-sided documentary, and they're offering their side to it, to say that it is not true what they say and how they're demonizing social media. They're not the devils. So there you go.
I don't know if I believe them. I lean more towards The Social Dilemma is the truth.
Okay.
And Facebook is trying to CYA.
Yeah, it's an interesting discussion. I'd say probably watch both. That is Facebook's response, and then you can kind of like make the decision somewhere in between.
I'm sure they've tried to change and fix all the things that they were called out for by The Social Dilemma. I'm sure they're still trying to.
Well, it goes to show you that it has had a massive impact on Facebook and other social media platforms, that one documentary on Netflix. Otherwise, they wouldn't have such a lengthy rebuttal to it.
Right. It's making them better, and that is good.
Yeah, absolutely. So I guess it served a purpose. Coming up here, we got a round of Think Fast. We got Virginia. Danny's going to be able to jump into this. Bird is... he's thinking slow. He's laying it out today.
Yeah, he changed up his diet, and we don't know if he's got like the flu that you get from cutting out carbs and
Keto
sugar,
flu, yeah.
or if he's got the COVID. But, in this day and age, if you're sick, stay home from work until you get a negative COVID test just to make sure you're not spreading it around work.
Yeah, so he'll find out sometime tomorrow, so he'll be back with us on Wednesday. He'll have to sit this round out. Coming up next.
The KVJ Workday Grocery Giveaway is on.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us when you listen at work throughout the workday at WRMF.com. And listen for KVJ to call your name at 9 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. Then call us back in 10 minutes and claim your $200 in free groceries. Putting food on your table, South Florida.
Thank you.
Powered by Scott Smith Injury Law. Playing the best variety from the 2000s, 10s, and today for your workday. 97.9 WRMF.
Got your call them out. It's going to be coming up here in just a bit. You can start texting those in now. 877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763. Bird is out today, laying low energy. Just got to try to figure out what's going on with him. So I'm going to try to get him a COVID test just to make sure, see what's going on with that.
He did change up his diet a lot, so that could be a shock to the system.
Yeah, so we'll figure out what is going on with the Bird. So he's not here for a round of Think Fast, one of his favorite games. Yeah. No, he's going to hate to miss this. So it's just Virginia versus Denny's here today.
Oh, bring it.
Yeah.
You're going down, Big D.
True battle of the Titans here. All right, let's see who can do a better job. I got a topic here for you. The first person in with an answer that makes sense gets the point. All right, think fast. Something you're happy to have in your pants when you've eaten too much that starts with the letter E. Happy to have this in your pants when you've eaten too much.
Escape hatch?
Escape hatch? I don't know what that means.
You know, like the backup pajamas?
Oh, okay.
Emergency underwear?
Yeah, so you think you're going to poo yourself with an escape hatch?
Mine was emergency underwear.
Emergency underwear.
Neither answer is great.
Yeah. Was looking for elastic.
Elastic. Oh, you were thinking big belly. We were thinking pooping.
Yes. I thought you ate too much.
Hey, I guess we each do different things when we eat a lot.
Apparently, me and Denny's explode everywhere.
Apparently, you do. Find a toilet.
It's a look.
Catch and release.
Okay. What about this? Something you put on a Christmas tree that starts with the letter T.
Tinsel.
Oh, V. Yep. There you go. Pretty quick.
And then you find it for months later.
Oh, for months. Tinsel's the worst.
Is it just kind of like sewn together glitter?
Yeah.
Yes.
It's glitter's cousin.
Is that what it is? They just take tinsel and they run it through some and chop it into fine things, and that's how you get glitter?
Pretty much, yes.
That is glitter.
Okay.
It's tinsel first, then it's glitter.
Okay. All right, what about this? Think fast. Something you'll find on a desk that starts with the letter P.
Pencil.
Oh.
So fast.
She's on it today, huh, Denny's? Dang.
Are you letting me win?
No, you're just fast this morning.
Okay, think fast. A taco topping that starts with the letter G.
Guacamole.
Oh,
Denny's.
I had sour cream loaded, too.
I had cheese loaded.
I think yesterday was National Taco Day.
Oh,
anybody have any tacos? Yeah, I think they had some taco deals and stuff. Yeah, no tacos.
I think they would always land on a Tuesday, right? Wouldn't they try to line that up?
That's what I thought too. I feel like it was a waste if you don't do that. I don't know why they wouldn't do that. It should be like, you know how you have Thanksgiving is always like the fourth Thursday?
Yeah.
Right.
When you have National Taco Day, it should always be, I don't know, whatever it is, the first or second Tuesday.
Tuesday. Taco Tuesday.
Yeah, I don't feel like they're doing it right.
No.
Now. Do they have a taco council or something? Who do you contact on
that? If they do, you should be on it. You eat a lot of tacos.
I love tacos. Yeah, who doesn't? I would love to be on the United Taco Council. All right, think fast here. Something you put on your head besides a hat that starts with the letter H.
Helmet.
Oh, Virginia. She goes up 3-1 here.
Oh, she's so fast.
She is. She's getting close to eliminating Denny's over here.
I told you I was going to eat you for lunch.
I need a buffer. That's why Bird's good.
Bird screams.
He throws out the chaos and gives you an extra second to think.
It does.
It really does.
I'm like a parasite off that.
It's the Bird factor. Okay, next up, think fast. Something you do with a dog that starts with the letter T.
Training.
Oh, Virginia. Just
so fast.
Quicker than Denny's today. That's going to do it. That's going to wrap it up. That's a 4-1 butt whooping there.
It's an asterisk, though, because the Bird wasn't here. It threw off the vibe.
Yeah, it did. Threw off Denny's strategy.
It does. I leech off those answers.
Yeah, he just couldn't quite do it without him here. All right, coming up, we have got some call 'em outs here. You can get through 877-979-WRMF, 877-979-9763. I know, Bird, if you were here, he wanted to call out one of those Amazon trucks, apparently a Douse Tea and Sweet Chewy.
Did it hit a puddle and the puddle sprayed him?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah, I had to, Mags is learning the rules of the road and learning how to drive. And I had to explain this to her. If there's a pedestrian, you have to watch for puddles because you can't be that driver that hits a puddle and sprays a pedestrian, which she accidentally did.
Oh, no. Yeah, they don't like that.
No. So it's very, very tricky. Drivers, it's on you to slow down to a crawl.
It is, but that's next level thinking because she's just worried about keeping the car on the road.
I got it.
And in the lines.
I understand.
If there's a puddle there, that's not her fault.
She's also the girl who's pressuring me to go on 95. And I'm like, no, you're not ready yet. You don't have the basics. You don't even know Puddle 101.
Do you have a Virginia law test that she has to pass? And is it more strict than the actual driving test?
Yeah, she's got to stop hitting curbs before we even look at 95.
And do you feel the least bit hypocritical trying to critique your daughter about good driving when you yourself constantly admit that you're a terrible driver?
Yes.
Okay, all right.
I'm self-aware.
I wanted to see where your self-awareness was on the hypocrisy.
I'm trying to stop the cycle of bad drivers. My mother was a bad driver. I am a bad driver.
It ends with you too.
Let's please stop it here.
Okay. Well, coming up, we got an email too about a call them out. Is a funeral the right place to call out family? So call them out here. Today is World Teachers Day. Just saw that, and somebody texted and said, I want to wish Miami teachers the best of luck today on their first day of physical school, myself included.
I saw that. They're going back today.
Dang. Wow. Okay. I thought originally they were going to be looking at about the 14th, and then something changed?
I guess so. We've come a long way, Miami.
Yeah, there's some crazy stuff. I think they did the same thing in Broward, where they upped it. I thought, and maybe it all had to do with the governor pushing into phase 3.
Maybe.
I know that has been an interesting mix. Boy, one thing to keep an eye on is the little skirmish going on between Miami Beach Mayor Dan Gelber and Governor DeSantis. The Miami Beach mayor yesterday sent a letter to Governor DeSantis urging him to pass a statewide mask mandate, making it mandatory everywhere. Now, I know in Miami-Dade, Broward, and Palm Beach, you already have that mask mandate where you got to have a mask basically to go anywhere or go into any business. But he said you should make it a law over the entire state. And he has said, because the governor, when he came out with his announcement, said that you cannot collect any more fines in Miami-Dade and Miami Beach for people not wearing masks. And the mayor of Miami Beach has said, oh, no, we're going to do that. We're going to keep on citing people, but we'll postpone collecting the fines until later. And he reinforced that in his letter to the governor.
Interesting.
So he said, I don't care what you tell me. I'm not going to listen. So the mayor also accused the governor of being reckless by endorsing a view claiming there is no evidence that shows masks prevent the spread of the virus. So there's a lot of little bickering going on back and forth here in Virginia.
There is. Imagine that. People are fighting in 2020.
Yeah. So they're kind of calling each other out, I think, is what's going on. So that's a few that just got us going. Got an email here, too, about a call them out. It says, my husband's uncle passed away recently. My husband was really close to him, maybe even closer than he is to his own father. The funeral is tomorrow, and I just found out that one of the uncle's last wishes was that my husband would deliver a speech at his funeral. At first, I thought this was terrific. It sounds like a real honor, but then I found out that the uncle wrote the speech for him to deliver. So I said, well, show me the speech. I want to see it. And the speech is awful. It basically airs his grievances to friends and family. He reveals secrets and tells everybody exactly what he really thought of them. It is going to be a nightmare. And I told my husband, you cannot do this. You are going to rip your family apart. But my husband's telling me he's got to do it for 3 reasons. First, everybody knows that he was asked to speak. 2, he has to get up and say something. And second, it was his uncle's wishes, and this is how he plans to honor him. And his third reason is that he thinks these things need to be told, and he doesn't care what damage is done. So maybe that shows you why he got along with the uncle, because they shared the same feelings about people in the family, and they feel like this is the perfect venue to air their grievances.
I say air 'em. Secrets are no good in a family, especially if it's like heavy, important, big stuff that people deserve to know about their lineage and about the people they look up to in their family. Blow it up.
But you can't sort it out because the guy who's got the grievances is gone.
But he's got things to say. It's his dying wish. You can't tell a man he can't have his dying wish.
Well, somebody just texted in and said, someone who works at a funeral home, please spare us your dysfunctional family drama. Thank you.
I would want to know. I mean, that's just the scandalous side of me. I need the dirty details now. This speech sounds awesome.
Yeah. Okay. Well, I just text back. I'm just kind of curious. What is the worst thing that they've ever seen for family drama?
Yeah, I mean, they've got to just sit back with the popcorn, right?
Another thought on that. Funerals are for the living. Don't read it. If this guy didn't have the nards to address these things when he was alive, he shouldn't have the satisfaction of having them addressed when he's dead and he drops a bomb on his family and he's not there to have to deal with it.
But if there are secrets that pertain to you, wouldn't you want to know?
I don't know. I mean, if there's nothing I can do to settle the score on any of these things, I just feel like, look, dude, you had your chance. While you were alive was your chance to say all these things. And now that you're gone, sorry, your time ran out.
But what if there's stuff in there about paternity?
Well, then I think that the husband needs to go individually and not do it in the public forum. He might want to say, hey, this was in a speech about him. Maybe you want to know this. This is how the guy who passed felt about you or had these comments. Maybe it's something you can do that's self-awareness to better yourself. If you handled it that way, but reading it for everybody else to hear, and now that personal grievance that the now dead uncle had with anybody in the family becomes public family business, I don't think the uncle should get that satisfaction.
You're such a grown-up. It's so annoying. You always want to do the right thing.
It is so annoying.
It's so annoying. I vote drama.
You vote drama.
Blow it up.
Okay.
Make sure you have somebody videoing the thing, too, so if it goes like
my
real
gosh.
haywire, you can go viral.
Well, you do. Yeah, you definitely want a video if you're going to do it.
Yeah.
If you're going to do it. Okay, do you read it or not? Your thoughts on that as well. 877-979-WRMF coming up here at the KVJ show. We apparently might have a very entertaining funeral going on somewhere in South Florida tomorrow. This uncle passes away, and his wish is he's written a letter to be read at his funeral that puts pretty much everybody in the family on blast. Apparently, it very much cuts. And we got an email from this wife whose husband is supposed to be reading this letter tomorrow, and she's like, it's not a good idea. But he's like, look, everybody knows that I was asked to speak. It was my uncle's wishes, and, you know, some of these things probably need to be told. So do you read it or not? Some of the texts we got in, somebody said, in all caps, read that S-bomb. I'm with Virginia.
Look, we need some entertainment.
Yeah.
And not only do you read it, you make a video and you send it to the KVJ show. And if drama goes down, we help you go viral.
Michelle in Palm Beach Garden said, OMG, I so want to attend this funeral. Hey, Virginia, you want to go with me?
I so do.
Maybe I could get you guys an invitation.
I want to just linger in the background, I want to social distance, but I want to see what goes down.
Somebody did say, you know what, hey, if the family members who are still alive's actions are affecting other family members or friends, I think that they should hear how it affected somebody that was close to them. Maybe it could create a positive change.
Yeah, that's true.
Maybe.
You could help somebody maybe with the news.
Somebody else said maybe you should make some copies of the letter and just distribute it to all the guests on the way out. Then they can read it on their own time and deal with it however they want.
That's another way. I mean, if you're worried about them shooting the messenger.
Yeah. I did ask the question on the KVJ show Twitter. You are to give a speech at a dead relative's funeral that puts many people in attendance on blast. Do you still read this letter? Right now, 53% are saying yes, read it. It was their wish. 47% say no, what good will it do?
So, of course, it's split.
The person who did text in, there was the funeral director that said, please spare us of your drama here at the funeral home. I did said, hey, what was the most crazy thing you've seen with family drama. And he said there was a mob fist fight in our parking lot.
Whoa.
The cops were called and they found guns and weapons on the mourners.
Oh, my.
Yes.
Now, yeah, that turns scary. You hope that no one's got a weapon on them, but...
Well, that's it. I mean, imagine if you read this letter and somebody's got a weapon on them.
There's no way to know.
You might need to book another funeral for Thursday.
Aye.
Yeah. I got a nice email from our good friend Therese in Pompano. She said, Dear Bronc, Typhoid Mary, and Bird, and Denny's. This week's been a rough one for my entire family, and I having to plan homegoing services in the middle of a pandemic is difficult at best, but y'all's podcasts have been here with me through the trips, the cleaning outs, and the cleaning ups after the Heat blew it against the Lakers, I assume, and everything in between. You know I'm one of your ride or die nationers since 2000. And this time I'm sending you love from Hilton Head, South Carolina. That's right. Therese from Pompano is now in Hilton Head, South Carolina. So she's able to listen to the podcast. So if you find yourself in that situation, we'd had somebody that was back in town from Israel. And they're like, oh, my gosh, you guys do on the radio. I'm like, yeah, listen to the podcast. You can easily do that. In fact, download the 97.9 WRMF app. And the podcasts are right on there. The regular show, the after the show, Weird and Whatever, you can get right there and you can listen anywhere globally. And the cool thing about it, too, is you get rewarded for the longer you listen. If you put in like an hour today, you'll get an entry for some free pizza from Das Craft Beer and Pizza.
Which we had our first delivery of on Friday.
Yeah.
Went to Victoria's house in West Palm, brought her 3 pizzas and sides, courtesy of Das.
That's right. So jump on that, download that app for free, and check us out anywhere on planet Earth.
More KVJ Show right now on 97.9 WRMF.
I don't think I'd believe it if the sample size weren't so big. Is it possible your first dance at your wedding will set the tone for your marriage?
I guess it's possible. I think if you pick a song that's like a hot for a minute's wedding song and then all of a sudden it's cliche, I think that could be a bad omen.
Maybe the only thing I can figure with this now, 5,500 people were asked in this survey. It was like, how's your marriage doing? Is it even still together? And what was your first song at your wedding? And so they were able to find from that, they broke down the data and they said, okay, here are the songs that the happiest couples played for their first dance. Here are the songs that the unhappiest couples or people that divorced played as their first song. Is there any kind of correlation? The overall number one happiest song, 77% of people who chose this song said that they were happy in their marriage. Elton John, Can You Feel the Love Tonight? Yeah, they say that was the number one song for the happiest couples.
If you're listening right now and that's your song, are you nervous?
Number 2, if you chose this song, 75% of people who chose this as their first song of the wedding said they were happy. Stevie Wonder's Isn't She Lovely? Okay.
It's a fun song.
It is a fun little tune. Maybe that's what it is.
It. You gotta move.
Maybe you're just lighthearted. I don't know. And the number 3 song that they had for the happiest couples, if you chose this song, 74% of them were happy in their marriage. Frank Sinatra's The Way You Look Tonight. Out of those 3 songs, we're celebrating how good she looks. There's a little bit of a theme there. So if you want a happy marriage, you basically just need to keep acknowledging how great your bride looks.
I know my first dance song was a Sinatra song. I just don't know which one it was.
You don't even know your first dance song?
Panda picked it, and I was just like, yeah, you should pick it. And I was just drunk and dancing.
So you have no idea even what your first song was.
I just pulled up on Google Sinatra songs to see if one jumped out at me, and
it's not. You don't even know.
There's one that Jaybird would say, Witchcraft. It's a Sinatra song, but I don't think that was it. I don't know what my song is.
You don't even know what your first song was, so you couldn't even partake in this survey. You're like, I have no idea.
Is it The Best Is Yet to Come?
That's a great question.
Doesn't feel right.
I mean, I think the song we just played is probably The Way You Look Tonight is one of the best, right?
Yeah, I don't think it was that one. That one's too generic. Panda's not generic. He definitely would have gone a deeper cut. I think. Well, I gotta find. How do I find out without saying I don't know?
You gotta like maybe just kind of like you had a brain fart kind of thing. Like, hey,
Oh my gosh, I just had a brain fart. What was our wedding song?
Oh, I don't know. No, because then he throw it back in your face, be going, you didn't have a brain fart, you were too hammered.
I'm going to say, what was our wedding song? I know it was Sinatra.
That's amazing. You don't know your wedding song. I love that.
I just, I can only handle so much. And on the wedding day, I was just like, okay, divide and conquer. I'll handle this stuff over here. You handle that stuff over there. And I mean.
But I mean that you don't have the memory of it. To know what the song is really amazing.
I remember being there.
How many brides, what's the percentage of brides that can't even tell you what their wedding song was? That you have to be in the minority on that.
I had a good time.
Right. It was lovely.
Lots of fun.
And you're still happily married. That's all good.
Love
so
the man.
important parts, you check off the boxes. But,
okay.
But you have no idea what your first wedding song was. That's pretty amazing. Denny, do you know what your wedding song was? Do you remember it? I just need to know if you remember. Just shake your head if you do. He's kind of like, he's iffy too.
Oh, he's iffy too.
Do people not know what their wedding song was? That's crazy to me.
If you didn't pick it because it wasn't a sentimental pick for you, if you let your partner do the heavy lifting on that one.
So it's not a bad omen? That's like a lot of people don't know what their first wedding song was?
Okay, it's The Best Is Yet to Come. Sinatra. That's mine.
But you had no idea.
Does
it ring a bell? Or
it does,
Oh,
yeah.
no, it
I thought that was it.
You did not.
Shut up.
That is fascinating. I gotta figure that out. How many people don't even know what their first wedding song was? Okay, for the unhappiest couples, these are the songs that were most played for people that either are unhappy in their marriage or they got divorced. Don't go with One Direction. They broke up and you will too. Okay. Yeah, that was number one for unhappiest. 75% of people had that as their wedding song. Said they were unhappy or divorced.
Huh. I don't think I know that one.
Mm-hmm. Up there, too, was Ed Sheeran. That's not as...
It's trendy, though. That's the thing.
You think that's what it is?
If you pick, like, a song because it's hot at that moment on the pop charts and then, it becomes overplayed by radio stations. So, then it becomes a burn factor situation. And now your song, like your love life, is burnt.
Okay. Interesting thought on that, Virginia. This I thought was ironic because one of the worst songs for your first song at your wedding is John Legend's Stay With You.
Goodbye.
Goodbye.
Oh, I love his voice, though.
He
can sing anything. He can read the ingredients on the cereal box. And I'd be like, yes, John Legend.
The boy's good.
He is so sexy.
Mm-hmm. Let me see. Yeah, somebody saying here that I did Copacabana with my wife.
That's fun.
Yeah. We did that for fun, just to be funny. The real one we did was Whitney Houston.
Okay.
Okay. Mm-hmm. All right.
A lot of people I'm seeing now for their wedding, like they're doing TikTok dance-offs. Have you seen that?
That's cool. I always love when couples do that. Their first dance, they do that choreographed dance.
It's so good.
Yeah, it just seems like, you're together, you have a lot of fun. I bet couples that do that, I think the odds are that they have a happier marriage.
I agree, because it means you're playful and you both like, doing choreographed projects together. That means you like each other.
Right. That's kind of what I think, too. Got an email here. This is somebody wanting to know if they should actually go through with their wedding or not. I've been with my fiance for almost 3 years now, and we are supposed to get married in a month. But just a couple nights ago, my fiance came to me in tears and said that she needed to confess a textual relationship she had with a coworker.
Oh, boy.
Almost 2 years ago, she sent 5 racy text messages to a coworker, and they exchanged nude photos with each other. She swears she never did anything physical with him. She came clean because she didn't want any secrets before our marriage. I'm completely shocked and devastated. She has begged for forgiveness. Is this enough to stop a wedding?
I don't think so. I mean, just the fact that she's owning it and coming to you with honesty, and it didn't go any further, and she's been thinking about this for 2 years. I think you guys are in an okay place. You're going to be fine.
So you're fine. You're staying in.
Yeah, talk it through, work it out, but do not give this up for that.
Right. Yeah, he's just a little bit torn with it, but Virginia's saying stay together.
Yes.
Okay. Well, Jaybird is out today. We don't really know what's going on with him, but he's feeling run down. Now, he did change up his diet.
A lot.
He's decided that he's going to go on the path of health and wellness. Pretty crazy little, that alone is headline material right there.
It's a shock to the system whenever you change up what you're eating. So, it could be that he just has like that keto flu thing that people get when they wean themselves off of sugar and caffeine and carbs. Or he could have the corona. We don't know. So, out of an abundance of caution, Jaybird's not here today. He's going to try to get the corona test and then come back when he's negative.
Okay. But he did. Now, what did he give up as far as it's everything that he get? What is he eating? Do you know what his diet now consists of?
He's going real healthy, and I was actually teaching him about juicing this weekend. So we were talking about juicing. He was actually open to it. He tried a couple juices.
Okay.
Yeah, who knew?
This is going to be this is just. This alone is some mind-boggling news.
If Jaybird Pennington ends up jumping on the squeezed.com juice cleanse endorsement,
what the heck?
2020 will explode my head.
Yeah, I'm already just be wait, what's going on here? Of all the crazy things that have happened in 2020, this actually might be the most shocking news.
Amen.
Of anything that's come down the pike. I'm I can't even ingest that. Plus,
it's a nutty day.
Maybe he has COVID. Wait, what? What all is going on here today? This is insanity, Virginia.
I know.
This is too much for a Monday. There's a lot going on here. Okay, so we don't really know what it could be, but I can't wait to talk to him about his dietary changes. What is going on with that? And so I guess we'll find out. So people want to know what's going on with Bird.
Yeah, that's what's going on. He doesn't know what's going on.
He's made a drastic healthy change, and he feels terrible. That's the headline, right?
His body is rejecting health.
So, well, I guess, or something is going on. But he goes healthy, and he can't make it into work. So that's basically what is going on with Jaybird today.
Ow! There's a lot of dumbass criminals to talk about, baby. It's the whacked out news. People breaking the law. Ha ha, fighting in the nude. Ha, drunk people pooping in the street. Ha ha, it's the whacked out news. So many people on meth. Ow!
Just want to remind you, too, that you're just 7 minutes away from us drawing out a name for the KVJ Workday Grocery Giveaway. $200 worth of groceries we got for you coming up. So that's just maybe 6 minutes away now. So stand by for that. It's going to be coming up here in just a few. Get to whatever you need. Well, I got to tell you, this Halloween is going to be very interesting. It's on a Saturday, one. I also saw, too, that it is going to feature the first Halloween blue moon across all time zones. First time this has happened since 1944.
Oh, my.
And I was at the Palm Beach outlets this weekend, and we saw all these cars, and my wife's like, well, everybody's back out shopping. And then I looked over, I'm like, there wasn't as many cars at the big part of the mall. And I looked over, I'm like, oh, they got the costume store there. I think all the cars are for that. So it seems like they don't care about the COVID. They're going to blow out Halloween this year.
Yeah, and Palm Beach County is not going to put a damper on anything. There's no rules and regulations, so why wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Wherever your heart is set.
Yeah.
My decorations went up yesterday in the yard.
Okay. So there you go. So a lot of people are going to be having some fun. So interesting things. There's a woman in Australia that learned her chronic headaches were being caused by a tapeworm larva in her brain.
Are you kidding me?
No.
How long was it there, and how did she get it?
That is a good question. That I don't have. I think a lot of people are getting it by water. Either they're swimming in water, or even some have drank water.
Yeah, that kid in Texas that drank the water and got the brain-eating amoeba and died. Guys.
That's crazy.
That's just not fair.
That is some crazy stuff. Yep. Mm-hmm. Also, the police in Wisconsin are looking for a guy who climbed a barbed wire fence to vandalize a building and seemed to get his crotch stuck on the barbed wire.
That's called karma. Hit you right in the D.
Oh, my God. Isn't that terrible? Could you imagine? Oh, that is terrible. Dang. There's a woman in St. Pete Beach, Florida, that gave the meth she'd bought to the cops last week because she said it was quote-unquote junk. And she unfortunately got arrested for felony possession of a controlled substance.
So just the fact that it's low-quality meth.
Yes.
It's still meth. You're still going to get arrested.
They're not going to do anything. I hear this story all the time of people taking their bunk drugs. It's crazy. That's insane stuff. The police in Manitoba, Canada, raided a drug trafficking operation earlier this year, and they just revealed that they found a 21-page how-to manual.
Oh, wow.
It had info on how to get the drugs, sell them, collect money, and avoid getting caught by the police.
Huh.
So there you go.
They were writing the book on it.
Yeah. Fascinating stuff. A little how-to manual. Well, I mean, you want to have a little guide for all the newbies that come in. There's a guy on the border between Canada and Washington State who owns a bed and breakfast called Smuggler's Inn. And ironically, he just got busted for helping sneak 7 illegal migrants into Canada.
Well, he told y'all what he was doing.
Well, I mean, how convenient is that? Yeah, just look for the Smuggler's Inn. People are like, really? Like that obvious?
It seems like you wouldn't want to be that obvious, but...
No, seriously, there's a sign and it's going to say smugglers and just go knock on the door and say, yes, can you smuggle me into Canada?
He thought he was hiding in plain sight.
That's the way to do it. It's so obvious they can't be this dumb.
Well, how many years did he get away with it for?
Right. That's a great question.
He may have been doing this a while before they went, wait a minute.
Mm-hmm. There's a guy in Washington that approached a woman and asked if he could buy her 2-year-old.
Oh, my gosh.
She said, you know what? Can I get all your information and let me think about it? I'll get back to you. She took down his information, gave it to the cops.
Good
and he
for
got
her.
arrested. Yeah.
Good for her.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. And if you've got a cat, this is some fascinating stuff. A new study found that cats can mimic human behavior if they want to.
Cat mockers?
They mimic human behavior? So what, like they could pretend like they're brushing their teeth or I don't know
Make
what this
a cup
means.
of coffee?
What is I have seen the cat playing the piano.
That's great YouTube time right there.
That is some great YouTube time. Maybe that's the kind of stuff they mean. And they say the reason why cats are doing this is they think that it will get them treats.
Huh.
And I bet a lot of times it does.
Yeah, if my cat makes a cup of coffee, I'm definitely giving it a treat.
People are so impressed with it. I mean, if you were the cat playing the piano, would you not give that cat endless treats?
Whatever he wants.
Whatever you want.
All day Friskies.
Yeah, Friskies. Is that what the cat treats are?
That is the cat treat of choice.
And Friskies.
The Cadillac of cat treats. Cadillac.
Yeah, okay. All right. Well, if you're low on cat treats, you're going, those dang cat treats are very expensive. This is something that can help you out. The KVJ Workday Grocery Giveaway. So simple. All you have to do is just go to WRMF.com, you register your name, and then you just listen to WRMF 9 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. on weekdays. When you hear your name, you call back within 10 minutes.
It's coming up on 9 a.m. right now.
It is. I'm feeling the itch. Like, right now is about the time we should do this. $200 in free groceries.
97.9 WRMF. It's the KVJ Workday Grocery Giveaway.
And right now, we are looking for Marcia Sinclair of West Palm Beach. All right, you've got 10 minutes. You got to call us back. 877-979-WRMF. 877-979-9763 to claim your $200 in free groceries. Again, we're looking for Marcia Sinclair of West Palm Beach. 10 minutes to call to win with the KVJ Workday Grocery Giveaway. Sponsored by Scott Smith Injury Law.
Good luck from 97.9 WRMF. 97.9 WRMF and another KVJ Workday Grocery Giveaway winner.
That's right, looking for Marcia Sinclair of West Palm Beach. And I believe Denny's tells me that she got in under the clock struck 10 minutes. And she's on with us right now. Hello, Marcia.
Hello.
How are you doing here on this lovely Monday?
Definitely a hell of a lot better now.
Yay!
Yeah. I was going to say, it's nice not to have to dig into your own pocket for $200 to pay for your groceries, right?
You got it, definitely.
What is your top priority when you go to the grocery store? What's the number one thing you have to buy?
cat food.
Oh, Friskies.
Yeah, what is your cat treat of choice?
We do Meow Mix.
Meow Mix.
Oh,
Okay.
all right.
Solid. Can't knock
It's a
that.
Friskies competitor.
Okay, well, Marcia, you've got a very happy cat here on a Monday for winning the KVJ Workday Grocery Giveaway. Nice job, okay?
Thank you, guys.
All right, thank you. And if you want to be just like Marcia and win, you got a couple more chances just today. 2 p.m. and 5 p.m. If you're not signed up yet, go and hit it up. All you have to do is go to WRMF.com to go and register, and then just listen for your name. All sponsored by Scott Smith Injury Law. We could be giving you the hookup coming up here today. So make sure you go and sign up for it. And you could be a big winner here on the KVJ show. Here we go, boy. It's a interesting little Monday. Boy, the weather is still kind of nasty. When was the last day we had a really good sunny day, like the entire day?
I don't
Feels like a while.
think in like a week.
Yeah.
It was pouring again on the way to work this morning.
I know. It's been rough. What the heck is going on here? It's kind of crazy. I'm waiting for some good weather. Have not got it yet, but we'll see. Jaybird came in today. He felt a little bit run down, and immediately Virginia's like, ping, ping, ping. Okay, wait a minute. You got to go get a COVID test, my man.
Yeah, you don't want to be the guy that comes to work sick. Not in this day and age.
Yeah.
If you're sick, you should stay home and figure out what you have just in case you could spread it around work, because that is not cool.
What is the path that people are taking now? Because I know things are always changing, and I know that different businesses are also with their protocols about how long you've got to be out. I mean, it's affecting the president's got it. Tonight, there was a football game that was affected because a quarterback had it. You know, it's still... And the NFL's been having a lot of those rapid tests, and that's why they're like going, oh, okay.
Uh-oh.
Yeah. There are some people saying, well, look at the success of what the NBA's done, the NHL. They've gone on ahead and played. Miami Heat got a win last night in that bubble.
But NBA and NHL both had a bubble.
Yes.
The NFL does not have a bubble.
Right, and I think they were looking, there was, maybe it was the Titans that had several positive cases. And I think they were looking at where they had deviated from the regulations and broke it. Maybe somebody went out and got a little bit frisky.
It happens. Look, you got wild cards like Cam Newton who do whatever the hell they want. I'm not surprised he's got it because he does whatever the hell he wants and curses at you while he's doing it. So
yeah. I wonder if we're going to get to a point where your workplace might have a rapid test.
They should.
Yeah.
That would be amazing because then you, boom, immediately handle the threat and eliminate that person passing it around to somebody who may have a family member at home with comorbidities.
Mm-hmm.
That's the easiest way to put people's mind at ease.
Yeah. I just wonder, what are we going to look like here in another 3 months? I saw like New York City. I think they were going to go the other way. They were talking about shutting stuff back down again.
Really?
Yeah. I think they're up to, and I thought they'd said 3% on the news today. I'm like, well, we celebrate 3% in Florida.
3% is below our threshold.
Yeah.
So we're like, woohoo, open it all up.
New York, they freak out. I think they had only cranked open the restaurants to about 25%. I know a lot of the restaurants are kind of freaking out because the only reason why they had been open in the first place was because of the outdoor dining. And, the problem with that is, who wants to eat outside? I did see where their solution is they've created kind of like these little pods, like bubbles that you can sit in. And I guess it'll have a heater. It's like a clear. But the thing is, and if you've ever been up north in New York or someplace like that, who would want to eat outside even if it was warm because the leaves are off the trees and you got slush in the ground. And, there's nothing really to look at. Like, that's not that appealing to me.
It's going to be tough. It's going to be really tough to sell that to New Yorkers. I don't know. I don't see a lot of people doing that.
Yeah, it's so I don't know. That is going to be real tough for them. And then I don't know if you saw this with some of the layoffs too, like for Disney. They say they're going to be doing a bunch of layoffs right around the holiday season.
I saw that.
About
even more.
Yeah, like 6,400 here in Florida. And they say that number could even grow. They do say that 2/3 of the layoffs are going to be part-time workers, but still, that's a lot.
It's a lot.
So we got Cam Newton got the COVID. Our president's got the COVID. We'll wait to find out on the Jaybird what's going on. I don't know if we can get what Trump's been taking. I don't know. They want to tell you it's been effective.
Will they give a DJ the presidential cocktail?
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, can you just walk into a place and be like, hey, can I get that Trump cocktail? I couldn't even pronounce any of it, much less, I mean, what if you had to spell this for somebody? Dexamethasone or dexamethasone. Could you even try to spell that?
No.
Remdesivir?
Remdesivir. That's one they've been talking about for a minute.
Can you spell that one?
Remdesivir.
Remdesivir?
Remdesivir. Remdesivir.
That's a good guess. No. Remdesivir. I couldn't spell that either. Famotidine? That's just, here's what was amusing to me. The president's taking famotidine, which sounds all fancy, and maybe they're going, oh, well, maybe it'll be okay. He's taking famotidine. All it is, they say, is generic Pepsid. Like, we can't get the president of the United States name brand Pepsid. He's got to go generic. Are we cutting costs?
Get him name brand.
I was like, why does the press get generic Pepsid? And he's taking a Regeneron polyclonal antibody cocktail. Whatever the heck any of this stuff means. So
I think that means he's getting like somebody else's plasma that had the antibodies, right?
Oh, wow, maybe. Okay.
So he's just doing everything.
Yeah.
And I mean, you would expect the president, the leader of the free world, they're going to throw every therapy at him to try to keep him from getting sick or dying, God forbid. I mean, that would just send the world into chaos, right?
Yeah.
We don't want that kind of chaos.
I think they said
right?
he's getting out of the hospital today, isn't he? I think he's done. I think he's already conquered COVID. I think it's over.
They did, should they do that to everybody then?
I don't know. Yeah, I mean, whatever that is, that list of stuff he took.
Let's give that to everyone now.
Yeah. Who knows? I don't know. I don't know what's going on here, Virginia.
2020, Kev.
Every day there's some new curveball thrown at you. And you're just like, wait, what? You're trying to process all of it. There's a special on Netflix called The Dirt. It's about the band Motley Crue back in their hedonistic days. And I think actually some of them are still kind of living a hedonistic lifestyle. In fact, I think really only, well, one of them, because of health issues, has never really been that crazy of a partier. That's Mick Mars, our lead guitarist. Nikki Sixx has been clean and sober, I think, since about the era, because he had a couple heroin overdoses, and then he just one day, I think, just stopped.
He died, right? And
He
came
died.
back.
He died and came back, and then he went and shot up again.
That should have sobered you up.
Yeah, I think that kind of did it for him. I think he's like going, so I died, came back, and my first thought is, let's go shoot up again after death. And then he kind of had that, okay, let's
Wait
stop.
a minute. What am I doing?
That was, I think, like late 80s, early 90s, and he's been clean since. Tommy Lee, the drummer that a lot of people knew, he was kind of big, made some headlines in the 90s. And remember recently, didn't his kid knock him out?
Yeah, him and his kid got into a fist fight, and it was ugly. And I think the cops showed up. Like, it was a whole thing.
Yeah, and I think he and his son have kind of reconciled now, from what I can tell.
They did.
But I think probably a part of that was kind of a come to Jesus meeting with Tommy Lee, and he's gone to rehab and trying to get a hold of it. And I saw that he claimed he was drinking about 2 gallons of vodka every day.
Gallons?
Gallons.
That can't be right.
That's what I thought, too. I'm like, that would kill you, wouldn't it?
Yes.
2 gallons? Yeah, that's what I thought. I'm like, going, how can you drink that much vodka?
Maybe he was buying that much, and everybody in the group was drinking 2 gallons.
He says that he was drinking 2 gallons of vodka a day the last year.
Is he drunk right now? Is that possible?
I don't know. That's just kind of what I was thinking. I'm like, okay, it's kind of fascinating. I wonder if, a lot of people who get sober, do they have an ungodly amount of booze that they were drinking per day? I mean, you hear that and you're just like, okay, I'm doing pretty good.
I'm doing great.
I mean, wow.
I can't have 4 vodka cocktails and not lose my stuff. You've seen it.
Yeah, I know.
I mean, vodka is a beast. 2 gallons?
That's insane. Yeah, Ryan in the chat room said that would be 256 shots a day.
That's 2 milk jugs of vodka. I don't know if that's possible.
I know. That's what I thought, too. I'm like, it's got to do something to you.
I mean, I don't know. I knew somebody who used to buy, like, the little, like the half liters, I think, or something.
Okay.
From the package store, and she would drink that hot in the bathroom at
That's
her work.
so gnarly, yeah.
And I thought she was a maniac when she would just drink one of those in a day. I can't imagine if she drank 2 gallons of vodka in a day.
Yeah, I mean, it's all over the place where he's saying that. So, is he legit or is he, I don't know, maybe somebody's really piled down that much booze. Can you really drink 2 gallons of vodka per day? That's what he's claiming, at least. Yeah, it is really kind of interesting, and that would be tough to be in a relationship with anybody that drank that much.
It's
Could you imagine
impossible.
that?
There's
Wow.
no way. You would have to start drinking with them or move out.
Got an email here, and somebody who is now sober that used to be a drinker said, I've been sober from alcohol for 2 years, and I plan to stay that way. What are everybody's thoughts on the show about drinking habits in terms of what you look for in a mate? I'm still on the fence about whether I could or would want to date someone who drinks, but my situation is different from someone who just doesn't drink because they choose not to. I will say that when I was drinking, I didn't want to date a sober person for good and bad reasons.
Yeah, I used to think that too when I was younger. I used to always say, I could never be with somebody that doesn't drink because I like drinking. And it's just a whole thing. But now that I'm with somebody that doesn't drink, it's actually good for me. It provides clarity and balance to my crazy and drunk.
Right.
It's actually very good to have that stable force in your life, because when you have 2 people that are drinking heavily, there's bad. There's the cops get called.
Yeah.
There's stuff happens. There's bad decisions. There's nobody reining it in.
Yeah, I think you just got to look at how important alcohol is in your life and where you are. And I do know, some couples that they're not Tommy Lee, but they do. I know my wife and I, we've always kind of we like the bar hopping and going out and things like that. And there are couples that, they want to have a tiki bar, and that's going to be a big part of the center of it. And if somebody's not drinking, sitting around or standing around at a bar with people who are not eating, they're just drinking. I found that for a lot of people I know, that is taxing. Now, some people can do it, but I almost think you're in the minority where you're going, yeah, I'd love to just watch all you guys drink a lot and I'll just stand around.
The beginning is fun.
Right.
The first part of that endeavor is always a great time. It's the back end that becomes a problem.
By hour 3, you're like, okay, I'm kind of ready to go do something else.
Yeah, it's like a football game. By the 2-minute warning, they're falling apart.
Yeah. So what is your lifestyle like? I think that you can be with somebody that will casually drink and have a little bit here and there and socially have a few. But if you get somebody that they like to get, close to blacked out, I don't think that relationship's going to work.
Yeah, you can't have 2 blacked outs together.
No.
You just can't.
That'd be my thought.
Trust me, I've been there. A couple times. Didn't work out either one.
Somebody texted and said, yeah, my aunt and uncle would drink 3 handles of vodka a day. As soon as he woke up, it was vodka and orange juice, and then by 10 o'clock, it was straight vodka.
They would drink 3 of the gallons a day?
That's the real big, with the big old handle on it.
But there was 2 of them?
Yeah, aunt and uncle, so 1.5. That's still.
That seems mind-boggling to me. I don't know how you would not go into some sort of alcohol shock and die.
Wow. Okay.
You see kids rushing for fraternities and sororities that drink a bunch of alcohol and die because their body's just alcohol poisoning shut down.
Yeah. Somebody said, I have a hard time drinking a gallon of water in a day. I hear you. Make that vodka.
There's just no way I could do that. And I consider myself an athlete in the sport.
Mm-hmm.
There's just no way.
Somebody said, I drink and my boyfriend doesn't. He did when we started dating 6 years ago, but then quit and has been sober for 5 years. It works very well for me and us. Helps me keep myself in check and enjoy it instead of just going full hog. Yeah.
Full hog is scary, especially as you get older. Full hog is harder.
Yeah.
You really take quite a long time to recover from your hangover.
Yeah. Okay. Well, fascinating stuff. All right. Anything you want to throw into the conversation? 877-979-WRMF. You can right now on the KVJ show.
The KVJ Workday Grocery Giveaway is on.
Oh, yeah.
Tell us when you listen at work throughout the workday at WRMF.com and listen for KVJ to call your name at 9 a.m., 2 p.m., and 5 p.m. Then call us back in 10 minutes and claim your $200 in free groceries. Putting food on your table, South Florida.
Thank you.
Powered by Scott Smith Injury Law. Playing the best variety from the 2000s, 10s, and today for your workday. 97.9 WRMF.
Bird was feeling a little bit under the weather. He's going to get himself a little COVID test just to be safe, to make sure, because we have kind of a history of doing that. Feel a little down, come on in and try to ride it out. And,
we have a history of COVID, too.
yeah, we do. Yeah, so we're trying to watch that. So his boy Denny's going to step in here today and close us out with a thought. What you got, my friend?
All right, guys. If you want peace, stop fighting. If you want peace of mind, stop fighting with yourself.
Ooh, Denny's.
Deep.
Pure wisdom. Pure wisdom. After the show podcast is going to be coming up. Check it out. It's going to be on Facebook Live here in just a matter of minutes. And you can also watch it on YouTube. We'll see y'all later.
Did you miss an episode of the KVJ Show? No worries. Find our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify, or kvjshow.com.